Well, good morning, everybody. This is Johnny Carciapolo from Focal Point Coaching, and I am your business coach. And if I'm not your business coach, you need to ask yourself why I'm not your business coach. We'll talk about that later, though. There's a new series that I'm starting called Coffee with the Coach. So it's a virtual coffee. As you can see, I have a guest here. His name is Bill Hart. Bill, first thing I want to show you is the very first coffee cup I'm using for my interviews is the coffee cup I got from you when you asked me to speak with your Kiwanis Club. So shameless plug. And this is the Hoover Metro Kiwanis Club. Great group of people. If you ever get a chance to visit them, make sure you do. As you guys know, if you've seen any of the other videos that I've done, this series that I'm doing right now is all about the people that I network with and giving you, anyone who follows me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on my YouTube channel, an opportunity to see the best of the best. These people really are the best of the best in what they do. And I want you to have the opportunity to see the services that they offer and kind of get a feel for them, because I think once you hear them and get to meet them, you will feel the same way. And today's guest is no exception. Actually, he is one of the best guys I've met in a very, very long time. I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Bill Hart about 3 months ago, and we both belong to a B&I group called Referral Rockstars. And Bill is not just a member there, but he's also the education coordinator. So any of you who have ever been in a B&I, you know the education coordinator has to stand up at a certain point in the meeting and give some kind of an educational minute topic, something to educate the members. I wish I had a video camera this week, especially, but really every week with Bill, because Bill does a great job with really taking the topic that he's talking about and really making it relevant, making it fun. So everyone looks forward to hearing from Bill every week. He's also, like I said, a member of the Kiwanis Club, the Hoover Metro Kiwanis Club, where he does give the invocation every week. And Bill owns a insurance company, a farmer's insurance company, and in the River Chase area. He's licensed to do personal, commercial, and investments. And Bill is an Order of the Blue Vase winner and Trophy Club winner with Farmers. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start talking to Bill. Everybody welcome Mr. Bill Hart. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Johnny. It's good to see you. I appreciate all your kind words.
A long-winded introduction, right?
No. You can say more kind words if you want to.
Okay, good deal, good deal. So anything else you want to say about yourself before we get started, besides being a farmer's insurance owner?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything.
Good deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about your business, how you got into the business, why you're in the business, and so forth, and just give everyone a feel for how you handle the business. Okay. So the very first question I'm going to ask you is why? Why insurance? Why farmers insurance? What's your why?
As far as why insurance, I thought about that because you sent me the question, and it wasn't, with me, it's not why insurance. It goes further back to why I've always been in a business that interacted with the public. Mm-hmm. I've been national sales managers of companies. I've, of course, worked other jobs in the sales field and in the service field. My love is to help people. A lot like you, Johnny. You and I are probably about the same age, and we've learned a lot. Mm-hmm. And we go back to when service was king, right? When you had to earn people's business. And things have changed a little bit since those days, but still, service to me is still king. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that I looked to go into the insurance business. The opportunity became available to me, and I jumped at it because I thought it was a great decision, but it fulfills what I like to do, which is to serve people. That goes into my ministry also. Mm-hmm. We're here to serve, and so I feel that I can take care of people, look out for people, and help them through, the bumps and, in the road that come along in life. Sure. Why farmers? I was a financial advisor in a previous life for Morgan Stanley. Mm-hmm. And of course, as a financial advisor, you have to have all kinds of licenses. So that makes you prey to insurance companies. So every insurance company contacted me, State Farm, Allstate, MetLife, and they've been contacting me for years, but I never wanted to go into the insurance business. I had the same opinion of the insurance business as a lot of people do. The life insurance guy, geez, I hope he doesn't call me. They're just out to make $1.
Right.
It's not a profession that people absolutely love until something happens and they really love you. But I was contacted by a corporate recruiter, and they happened to be for farmers. And she kept contacting me. And I had a good job at another company. I just did not like the company because of the work environment.
Right.
And I really didn't want to do this. And I actually called the recruiter's boss and said, don't ever have her contact me again.
Oh, wow.
And she contacted me one more time and she says, Bill, you do not understand what you're passing up. That got my attention. So I went and talked with the district manager, Lynn Berry, who's a fantastic person, true blue person. And before I made the decision, I said, well, you know what I'm going to do? I put my best foot forward today in the interview. She put her best foot forward. I'm going to find out the dirty truth. So I said, I'm going to call other farmers agents. And there was a friend of mine, and I did not know that he had become a farmer's agent. And I called him after looking through, the phone book or, on social media, farmers agents. And he said, no, he goes, it's actually what they tell you it is. And the reason I picked farmers is there's two reasons. One's, I own this business.
Right.
It's not like another insurance company. I can do what I want to with it within reason, within certain guidelines, because I want to be able to pass on a legacy to my children. I can't do that with another insurance company. Right. But what really tilted me toward farmers and me being service is that they're number one with J.D. Power and Associates when it comes to customer service. So I wanted to come to a company, if I was going to come, that already has a reputation for helping people out.
Right. So you did actually twofold. You actually went into a different field, right? Insurance, and you became an entrepreneur, owning your own business. Right? Yeah. So kudos to you for that, because I definitely understand what that's about.
Thank you.
Tell me some of the things that you sell or offer your clients with farmers. Is there any one thing you specialize in, or is it just the whole gamut of insurance products?
Myself, it's the whole gamut. We do have insurance agents that just focus on property and casualty, which would be houses and cars, and somebody that does, just commercial. I went to a conference a couple of months ago. The guy just does commercial, and that's fine. I do everything because I want to be a full service agent. And the full service agent, I can sit in your living room. I can do your house. I can do your car. I do businesses, because most businesses in this United States are small businesses, 5 employees, 10, 15, 20 employees. So I want to be prepared to handle that also. Life insurance, absolutely. But having a financial background like you have, I had my 7, my 6, my 63, my 3, and all those licenses. So I brought that with me, because if I'm sitting with somebody and we're going through a counseling session and they say, Bill, I have this 401k because I just left a job and I need to put it somewhere. I want to be able to help them with that also. My goal is an old time goal. When I was coming up, I was with State Farm. My dad was with State Farm, because Farmers was not out here at that time. Even though we started in 1928, it was only about 20 years ago that Farmers ventured past the Mississippi River. They're huge out west and in the Midwest. We had a State Farm agent. Now, my dad was always with him. When I turned 16, I went with that State Farm agent.
Sure.
And that's what it was. You had one State Farm agent, and you stayed with him, and then your kids stayed with him, your kids stayed with him. That's my goal.
Right.
So when I sit down with somebody, I want to be able to take care of Johnny. And then when Johnny's kid turns 16, I want to be able to take care of that. And then when he has grandkids, I want to be able to take care of that. That's a full service agent.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you said something that really kind of, to me, epitomizes what you do. And you don't hear a lot of insurance agents saying this. You said counseling session.
Counseling, absolutely.
Right? I love that. I think that's great.
We're going through that right now. Each year, we call it an FFR, a Farmers Friendly Review. And myself and my assistant right now are going through that. We do it at the beginning of the year. We contact every person to make sure that their lifestyle changes that happened in the past year are taken care of. You know, we may have grandchildren, we may have another child, bought another car, something like that. And so we touch base with everybody every year. A lot of times they don't want to talk to us, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. The offer is out there.
Right. Well, it's a proactive approach. So you're not waiting for them to call you and say, hey, I had this change. You're taking the bull by the horns and you're doing it for them.
Well, I discovered when I came into this business, I asked people what was their biggest complaints, because I want to take care of those.
Right.
And I did not start an agency from scratch. I bought an agency. And the biggest complaint was, I have no idea who my agent is. I never hear from my agent. I leave my agent a message and they never contact me, because the agent, I feel, is sitting back here going, oh, there's a problem on the phone there. I don't want to deal with that problem.
Right.
Well, in every job, there's problems. My job is to solve the problem.
Right.
So I make daggum sure we contact everybody. You call us, that phone's picked up.
Right. That's awesome. So clients, tell me, do you have an ideal client? Is there someone that you say, I would love to help this group of people or these people?
Yeah. Now my clients run the whole range. You know, I have people in mobile homes, and I've got people living in, $1-2 million houses. I have people in Mobile. I got people in Huntsville. We're statewide. But when you ask me who's the perfect client, it's that young couple. In fact, I'm quoting a house for a young couple right now. They're young people, 28, 29 years old. Both of them have good jobs. She's a nurse. He's in an office position, and they have 2 young children. That's perfect, because we can sit down and plan out the next 40 years for them.
Right.
We can take care of the life insurance for the kids. Fortunately, they have, the credit is good. They've done a good job so far with taking care of their lives. So they're buying a beautiful house. Insurance is probably not going to be that much on it.
Right.
Do their cars. And then, in 20 years, I'll be doing their kids' cars and doing their kids' and things like that. But that's the perfect client, is the young folks that you can just really help out, because they're coming into a world that they don't know that much about. And Johnny, you and I are not spring chickens anymore, if you haven't noticed.
I notice every day.
Yeah. We have been through these things in life, and I can pass that on like you do. That's why you're a business coach, because you can pass on things.
Right.
Like B&I says, giver's gain. We have a lot to give. So what we need to do is give.
Right. Exactly. So if someone's listening to this right now, and maybe for whatever reason they don't have insurance, or they're not happy with their insurance, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone?
Here's the best piece of advice I can give someone. If you have not heard from your agent in the last year, you need to leave that agent. I'm not saying they're a bad agent or not, but my agent, before I came to Farmers and switched everything I had, I never heard from my agent. Now, not personally, not on the phone, but I got letters from him. I got postcards from him on my birthday, anniversary, and things like that. We do the same thing here. If you have not heard from your agent, or if you're listening to this right now and you're going, I wonder who my agent is, you need to switch agents. That's all there is to it. And people, it's an uncomfortable thing to do, because nobody likes to talk about insurance.
Right.
But it does not hurt to review what you have. If somebody's listening to this right now and they want me to review what they have, that's no problem. You may have great insurance. I may tell you to stay where you are. I have done that in the past. You do not need to leave. You're good where you are.
Right.
I can't do anything better than what you have now. But there's a lot of folks out there that are not properly covered. And somebody needs to sit down with them and tell them why they're not properly covered. Whether they make changes or not, that's their decision. But somebody needs to make them aware of that.
That's awesome. What, talking about the clients you work with and the years of experience, what out of all that is the most rewarding for you?
The most rewarding thing I would have to say is when something happens to somebody, whether it's a wreck, whether it's a death. Those are the worst right there, a death. They're still good in a death. Give you an example. There's nothing like when somebody passes, whether it be the father, the mother or grandparents or something like that, it's a major change in somebody's life to deliver them a check.
Right.
We've all had deaths in our family, and it's a sad situation, but that's one less thing you have to worry about. When I can walk up to somebody and say, your husband took care of you, this will get you through, this will help you out, this will pay off the house,
Right.
this will do this and this. You do not have to change your lifestyle. That's the most rewarding right there. And even if it's a wreck and they call me up, they say, Bill, I just had a wreck. What do I need to do? I call Farmers immediately, and within 2-3 minutes, the three of us are on a phone call and we're getting things covered. And they call me back a couple of days later and say, it's taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is taken care of. That's what I enjoy.
Right. Well, another, for me, light bulb moment for you is you get on the phone with them and help them with their claim. They're not just calling an 800 number and talking to someone they don't know. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Now, they have the option to do that. Some folks like to do things on their own, and that's fine. You know, I get quotes all day long that people have gone online with Farmers and done their own quote, and that's fine. You know, different strokes for different folks, especially those younger ones. You know, they don't want to interact with us old folks.
Yeah. Well, okay. So age, we're talking to age now. So we've got a lot of advice to give people. What's your favorite quote and why?
Favorite quote comes from my dad. Mm-hmm. My dad became very successful in business. And I asked him one day, you know, how do you get through the day? I'm a young fella. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going back 30 years. I'm a young fellow, and, you know, young people, they go out there and they face the world. They're like, oh, it's killing me. I've got a 19-year-old right now, scholarship his way through UAB, and it's killing him because he doesn't, you know, he has a lot going on. And he said, son, illegitimi non comburendum est. and he says, what that means is do not let them get you down.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's how you make it through the day. You don't let anybody get you down. The world's going to attack you, but don't let them get you down.
Love it. That's perfect. Perfect. And perfect advice. Perfect quote. I love it. All right. So out of the people that you've worked with over the years, people maybe have come to you from other companies or whatever. What do they tell you? What feedback are you getting about the improvements that they're seeing in dealing with you as opposed to who they were dealing with or dealing with another agent?
Is dealing with another agent. The main thing is the contact, the reviews, the sitting down, and, you know, somebody comes to me and they say, well, I have full, they'll call me and I'll quote their house and their car and go, what kind of coverage do you want on your car? They'll go, well, I want full coverage. And I go, well, full coverage means different things to different folks. And I go, the state minimum is $2,550 for bodily injury. They go, yeah, that's what I have is full coverage. You don't have full coverage.
All right.
Don't hit a car that's over $25,000 or you're going to have to come out of pocket.
Right.
So things like that.
So knowledge and information, knowledge and availability.
Yeah. You get a lot of ahas. They're like, or reallys. Really? Yeah. Well, my last agent did not tell me that.
Right.
Unfortunately, in this business, like every other business, there's some folks out there that don't do a complete job, and it's a shame. But I mean, it's everywhere you go. And I'm not knocking other agents, but there are great waiters at a restaurant, and there's not so great waiters at a restaurant. There's a great sandwich maker at Subway, and there's a not so great. Well, there's great agents out there, and there's some agents that are subpar.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So obviously, I'm sure people that are listening to this right now are waiting with bated breath to find out how to get in touch with you. What's the best way to get in touch with Bill?
Well, first of all, I don't think they're waiting with bated breath, but I appreciate you saying that. As far as phone, we have a very easy number to remember. It's been associated with this agency for years, and we pay extra for this number, and it's 444-1111. Can't forget it. Just can't forget it. And my clients actually love that number. And, you know, their refrigerator magnet that they get it and they put on their refrigerator, it says that on there, but they don't even have to look at it. As far as social media, I'm on Facebook. My agency is on Facebook. You'd have to put in William Hart Agency. And we're just over here in the River Chase Galleria. just right down from the Galleria.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how can you contact me? Because I'm not very good at social media.
What about email? What about email?
Huh?
How about email?
Oh, email. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I was missing something.
Yeah.
It is WHART@farmerswithanagent.com. Now, if you call me at 444-1111, you're going to get Willa Dean. That's my assistant. She runs the office, and I do what she tells me to do.
Good.
But just ask her, if she can't help you, because sometimes it's just a simple question, say, can I speak to Bill? And she'll go, absolutely, and she'll put you through. I'm approachable. You can get in contact with me.
Good deal. Let's see. Any other information you want to give us about the insurance world? Tidbits, any other advice, anything else you want to talk about for you, what you do?
As far as the insurance world, and I cannot talk about this enough, Johnny. Mm-hmm. Life insurance. I know it has a bad reputation, but I just heard from another agent, they had a death. One of his clients had a death, and there was no money. So left them very stranded because they had a great lifestyle. I know this sounds a little harsh, but here's what I tell my clients, because we sit down and we talk about life insurance. They go, well, I have it at work. Well, I understand you have it at work, but you know how many people get laid off or fired, or businesses are bought out every year? Right. Having it at work does not count. You have to have it outside of work, and the younger that you get it, the less expensive it is. Even if it's just, $100,000 or $50,000, we can work into a budget. But when I sit down with people and I'm counseling them, I'll look at the mail. Mm-hmm. If it's, husband, wife, family. Right. If it's a single parent, I'll look at the single parent and I'll go, your husband or your wife just passed. They'll be here in 15 minutes. What do you want me to tell them? Right. And it kind of shocks them into reality. Sure. Yeah. Because we want to take care of our family when we're gone. Right. Right. One other thing I want to bring up, because I think it's important, me being a small business owner, is the fact that you do insurance for small businesses, and just started offering what is it, Arizona emissions, I think, for real estate. Is that right? Oh, errors and omissions? Right. Absolutely. I just found that out. We are fantastic at errors and omissions. We offer so many products that, sometimes you get lost in it. But errors and omissions, absolutely. Dry cleaners. I just did a dry cleaners. I just did a videographer. Small businesses, farmers is absolutely fantastic with small businesses. So we've kind of really branched out in that in the last year and a half. Good. And it's done real well. Anybody who has a 5 to 10 employees, something like that, maybe an independent restaurant, we are absolutely fantastic with that. Just your typical office with office machines and things like that. Right. Liability on those. Believe it or not, we are good on convenience stores. That surprised me, because you think of everybody coming in and out all day long. Great at that. Absolutely fantastic at auto repair shops. That really surprised me, because I went to this conference a couple of months ago. That really surprised me. But as far as realtors and E&O for anybody, I hate to say that nobody can beat us, but there may not be anybody out there that can beat us on that. Well, lesson for everyone to learn here is, if you're in the market, whether you are needing it right now or in the future, contact Bill. Let him tell you what he can do for you, and especially small businesses. Shop around, right? I mean, get your quotes, but obviously talk to Bill too, because it's something I think a lot of people don't tie those two together. Sometimes they think of those the big insurance companies. They don't tie them into the small businesses. They think of personal. So just something for everyone to think about is you really are full service, and you really do offer pretty much anything they could need, right? Absolutely. Good deal. Well, I think that's great. I think it's, you did a great job of explaining what you do. I think, again, anyone who's listening to this would be doing themselves a disservice if you didn't at least give Bill a shot and let him talk to you. But as you can see, he takes his job very seriously. He runs his own company. He takes care of his clients. And when it comes to insurance, I really think that's what it's all about, is really having someone that you feel you can trust and that's going to take care of you, especially in those times when
those bad things happen, right?
Absolutely. Customer service.
So good deal. I have that's all I have for you. I think again, I think you did a great job, and I hope everyone appreciates the openness and honesty and what you do. And final words I'll say is from an insurance standpoint, absolutely, but from a personal standpoint, I can attest this guy is the real deal, and absolutely get in touch with him. Kiwanis, great. I had a great time visiting you there, and B and I, we have a great time every week, and I always look forward to your 2 to 5 minutes of knowledge that you give us every week, and just if nothing else, just to see the faces on everyone else, and
Yeah.
you know, they really love that stuff, and our visitors love it too. So good deal. So I got for you. You have any parting words you want to say to anybody?
Don't let them get you down, Johnny.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you for being a guest here. We'll continue on with this series. We'll do more, introduce you to more people, more services. And like I said, best of the best. This guy is the real deal. Thank you, Bill. And I will see you in a couple of days.
Yes, you will. Thank you, Johnny.
All right. Thank you.